In Philippians chapter 3, Paul talks about those who are living their lives fulfilling their fleshly desires. He says they're headed for destruction in verse 19 of chapter 3. And he says that their God is their appetite. They brag about shameful things, and they think only about this life here on earth. And then he says something that I think we need to think about. He says, but we are citizens of heaven, where the Lord Jesus Christ lives. We're citizens of heaven. What does that ultimately look like? What does that mean for you and I? Well, I think if you look at what Paul is talking to, he's talking to people who are under the Roman law. And he's ultimately saying, listen, your citizenship is not of this earth. It's of heaven. And you need to live as citizens of heaven. And sadly, I think that we get confused about our citizenship. We think about creating an atmosphere or a utopia of Christian values here in this world. We're to live by those values, but it isn't our job to change this world, is it? Is that what Christ has called us to do? Hasn't his simple message been to take the gospel to the four corners of the world? What does that look like? Does that mean making everyone follow the gospel? No, I think it's bringing the gospel, bringing the good news to those who are captive and held captive by the things of this world, by money, by desires, by the flesh. And so it's a challenge. It's a challenge to live in this world and yet be a citizen of the kingdom, God's kingdom. How's that going to look, and what's that supposed to look like? I want you to think about that today because it's important. It's very important. Paul talks about it in Philippians. Perhaps just need to take some time and read through some of that again. Think about that today, would you? Hey, until next time, God bless.